All right, that's why my household, a lot of this stuff we don't mess with anymore. Anything that has any type of semblance to God, we don't mess with. We don't touch it if it's not based off the truth, right? We don't mess with. A lot of people, I said Thanksgiving in the beginning. I talked about Thanksgiving. A lot of the Hebrew Israelites probably turned it off, and the few Hebrew Israelites that watch, right? They probably turned it off at Thanksgiving because they look at that. They don't want to mess with that, hypocrites. Now I got a detour. So look, this is what they say about Thanksgiving. Right? They say, "Oh no, Thanksgiving, you don't want to celebrate that day because of genocide." Right? They said an American came over here and they killed off the Native Americans. I say, look at God. All right, the Most High God. Let's go to Amos. We'll take a quick detour. We'll get back to it. Go to Amos chapter 3. Yes, it's definitely before Matthew. Amos is like after Hosea.
Yeah, right after Ezekiel, right after Daniel, right after Hosea. Then we got Amos. Okay, after Daniel. Daniel's a pretty big. Daniel's pretty big.
Amos. All right, they tell us because of genocide, the Americans came over on the what is it, the Santa Maria, the Nia, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, something like that. The American came over on the Mexican boats, right? And when they came over there, they tried to take over, huh?
They were American.
Whatever they Americans now. I'll call them what I want to call them. The Europeans came over on the Mexican boat, right, on the Spaniard boat. You got to get technical. Hope I don't offend nobody. But they come over on the Spaniard boat, and they teamed up with the Indians or the Native Americans. They helped them, right? They helped them grow some food. Really, it's deeper than what either side would try to make it out, you know. But you had different sects of Native Americans. Some of them didn't even agree with each other, according to what we know from history or what we believe from history. You know, you can't trust nothing anyway. But then some of them broke out, and they ended up killing a lot of them. A lot of Native Americans got killed and mistreated, and a lot of these different things happened. So when we come together for this day, what our Hebrew brethren would tell us, they say, "You celebrating genocide." All right, well, let's see what we celebrate. Amos chapter 1.
The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Judah.
What chapter is this?
Amos chapter 1.
Amos chapter 3. My fault.
Hard to get them wrong on my own, you know what I'm saying?
Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
So he said, hear this word that the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
All right, so since we the only ones that he knew out of all the families of the earth, guess who gets punished? We do. So that's why Mike Brown can get shot down, right? Left in the street dead for 6 hours, right? Because we get punished for these things. That's why people can still get hung in the 2014, still get hung from trees, right? By a rope, right? Down south, still in 2014, and nobody talks about it. All right, they pick and choose the stuff that they want to talk about. They'll give you Mike Brown because they know Mike Brown, he is a sinner, he is a criminal, right? He is a criminal and sinner. It's easy to prove. All right, we got videotape of him doing stuff. We know what type of person he is. It's not hard to go on Facebook and look up his stuff. All right, so we can talk about him because now they got an argument. Well, how do you know? You don't really know what he did with the cop. Maybe he is reaching out. Maybe he was. All right, so that's fine. Right? We can talk about that one, but they don't want to talk about the kids that get shot down. They don't want to talk about the man who was innocent in New York and just was holding his hands out, and the cop came and used an illegal chokehold on him and killed him, right? They quiet about that one. That one don't make the news. They pick and choose what they put on there. They pick and choose the argument that they want to have because they choose the one that they can win, all right? We get punished for this stuff. Keep going because it's our people.
Can two walk together except they be agreed? Will a lion roar in the forest when he had no prey?
So look how the Most High God used logic on us, right? They're trying to make us think that, you know, spiritual knowledge or spiritual understanding is just this illogical. It's something beyond man's thinking, man's logic. Let's see what the Most High God uses when he tries to make sense to us. So he said, what happened with the lion?
Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey?
Right. So he said, does it make sense that a lion is going to be in the forest and he roared and it ain't nothing to eat? Right. He's just roaring for no reason. All right. Keep going.
Will a young lion cry out of his den if he hath taken nothing?
Right. He said, are you going to hear a young lion cry out from his place of sleeping if he don't have anything that he took? Right. He didn't take any of his prey. Do you think that lion is going to cry out? Logically, no, that's not going to happen. Keep going.
Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him?
Right. He said, if there's no trap set for this bird, how in the world is this bird going to fall into a snare? He said, does that make any sense? Is that going to happen? Absolutely not. Keep going.
Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all?
He said, if I set down a snare for this bird and this bird doesn't land in it, will I take up the snare and just be like, thanks, I got what I got? He said, I don't have nothing in it. He said, it wouldn't make sense to pull up a snare that doesn't have anything in it. If you put your trap out there, you have it out there until you trap something. Keep going. Logic, all pure 101 logic.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Remember, we talked about the trumpets, right? At the Feast of Trumpets, or Day of Trumpets, right? He told us that the trumpets were for the watchmen. It was to warn the people. He said, to the trumpets be blown in the city and what?
And the people will not be afraid.
Right? So if you blow the trumpet, the people are supposed to be warned. They're supposed to be ready to leave. He said, so if somebody blow the trumpet in the city, what, is everybody just going to be chilling like, oh, don't worry about that? He said, though, the people are going to be afraid. And look at the last one.
Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord hath not done it?
So that's what he was trying to get us to understand the whole time. He laid out all these situations. This all makes sense to you, right? All these things make sense to you, right? Well, what about this? If it's evil inside of a city, doesn't that mean that I did it? If I'm over all this and evil happens down there, don't you think I had to sign off? There's evil in the city. Have I not done it? So yeah, the Indians, they got massacred. Thank the Lord. Right? Thank the Lord. That's that he did it. What we gonna say? He wrong? We got massacred. Thank the Lord. All right. The Americans gonna end up massacred. Thank the Lord. All right. However you put it, it's right the way that he has it. Right. All of our days. Go to let me show you how we hip it. How to hip. If you say we don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving because of genocide, I'm gonna show you how quick a law-keeping Hebrew Israelite is a hypocrite. Go to Exodus 13 verse 6.
Yeah, buddy.
It don't even take long. It don't take long at all. Exodus chapter 13 verse. All of a sudden they care so much about Native Americans. I don't care nothing about no Native American. You're a hypocrite. What they do is they try to find anything to be against Christianity. We all got that grudge, though. I got a little Christianity grudge, too, but I can't lie on the book. I can't make a person think they're doing something wrong and speak beyond what the word is saying. I got to speak what the word says. I can't do it in good conscience. I can't do it and feel good and not have to fear God on me. It's impossible. I have to tell you what the word say. I don't like when people smoke. I don't like people smoke cigarettes. I don't like people to even drink. Women, it's not right. It's not a sin, right? It's a sin to get drunk. But I don't like it. I don't like people drink wine. That don't mean I'm about to come out here and tell everybody it's a sin to drink wine. But you have some people that do, right? Just because it's something that they don't personally like. And so that's what we have to get out of that. We have to make sure. I don't like Sunday worship, Christmas, or Easter. But I can't tell you that you're going to hell for doing it because I don't have no. I'm not telling you you're not going to hell for doing it though. But I'm not telling you that you are going to go to hell because I don't have no book to tell me that you going to hell for it. All I got to do to do what he say in terms of not lying, not stealing, right? Not fornicating, not cheating on your wife, these things, right? Those things are the thing, not cussing, not joining any denomination. You go to Sunday worship, you a Seventh-day Adventist. If you go to Sabbath and you're a Seventh-day Adventist, you just as much as a sinner as a Baptist on Sunday, only because of your denomination, right? That's a sin. Those things, I can tell you that for sure because I can prove that with the book. Keep going.
Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days.
So this is our holiday, unleavened bread. It said for 7 days we're going to eat the unleavened bread. Let's see why.
And there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall be seen with thee in all thy quarters. All
right. So in our feast, unleavened bread, that's going to be coming up next year in what, April? Going to be coming up about April 4th, April 5th, maybe. We'll be celebrating the week of unleavened bread, and at that time we get all leavened bread, all our loaves of bread. We take them out. right, and throw them away. All right, keep going.
And thou shalt show thy son in that day.
Right, he said, in that day, son,
saying,
pick up my son.
This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt.
Right, son, this was done because of that what the Lord did unto me when we came out of Egypt.
And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thine hand.
And it's going to end up being a sign unto thee upon thy hand. And where else?
For thine eyes.
And,
the Lord's
and that put it where? The forehead? Yeah. And where was the mark of the beast? And where else? The hand and the forehead. So now we got our own mark, right? That's why we get the robes and we have strange clothes, right? There's always two different ways, right? We have to have a mark of God. That's what these days represent for us. Right, these other people, they celebrating Sunday, Christmas, all these different things. You don't think they're being set up to get the mark? All right, keep going.
That the Lord's law may be in thy mouth, for with a strong hand hath.
Right, so with the strong hand, he brought us up. So what else am I supposed to tell my son? Keep going.
Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in this season from year to year. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and he swore unto thee and thy fathers.
He said, when he bring you into the land of the Canaanites that he swore unto you and your fathers, what else happened?
That thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that open in the matrix, and every first out of a beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's.
Right. So every first one that come out of the beast or out of the woman's body, it shall be dedicated to the Most High God. We would have to redeem it with money. Right. Later on, he tells us in the law. Keep going.
Every first link of a donkey thou shalt redeem with a ram. And if thou wilt not redeem it,
you gotta break his neck.
Shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man amongst thy children shalt thou redeem.
Right? So all the men amongst the children, you have to redeem. That means you have to pay money for it. The priest, we would take him to the priest, and the priest will value him. So if it's a little boy, it'll be worth this much. A little girl, it'll be worth this much. And we have to redeem it. Or we could redeem it with a lamb. Right? We can also redeem it with animals or with a sacrifice. Keep going.
And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in the time to come.
So my son, he gonna ask me in the time of gun. And this is what my son is gonna say.
What is this?
He gonna say, what is this? And I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna say what to him?
That thou shalt say unto him by strength of hand.
By strength of hand, the Most High God.
The Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage.
He brought us out of Egypt by strength of hand out of bondage. And I wonder what he did.
And it came to pass when Pharaoh would hardly let us go.
Pharaoh wouldn't let us out of the land.
That the Lord slew all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast.
The Lord did what?
He slew the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast.
Oh man, that sounds a lot like genocide.
Therefore,
keep going.
Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that open the matrix, being males. But all the firstborn of my children I redeem.
All right. So this is a memorial for us. A memorial is you do something that you remember something. So now we remember in the fact that the Most High God, he killed all the male children out of Egypt when they wouldn't let us out. Yeah, we celebrated, don't we? One of the best times of the year for us. Thank the Lord. All right. Even in Purim, right? We don't have to go get it. But in the 9th chapter of Esther, Mordecai and Esther, they set up what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Not commandment, ordinance. They set up an ordinance for all the people, right? All the people that are Jews to celebrate this day, and also the strangers that are joined to Jews to celebrate the day of Purim, right? And for this day, what we were celebrating was the fact that we were about to be killed and we are going to have genocide committed on us, right? But the Most High God turned it around, and guess what we did? We killed 500 people one day, and I think 400 the next day, or something like that. And we killed what was his name? Naaman. We killed. It wasn't Naaman. It was Haman. Yeah. Then we killed Haman and his sons and hung them on the gallows, right? And every year we celebrated for 2 days, right? That's going to come up in the month of March, all right? Every year we celebrated for 2 days by exchanging gifts. They got Christmas. We don't need it, right? Because on Purim, we are supposed to exchange gifts and exchange portions. So we have a potluck on Purim, and we have all the kids, and we exchange our gifts, right? And we get them all just like we did last year. We have a whole lot of fun. We're probably going to get the jumper again and everything, have a whole lot of fun, right? But these are the things that we do. And we celebrating genocide, right? That's what we're doing. We celebrating a whole lot of people dying for our sake. Thank the Lord. All right, these people are hypocrites. They don't know what they teach. They don't know what they believe. They don't know what their book is about, right? They go off. So the first, what is it? 1 Timothy 4. 1 Timothy 4, I think. The other day. 1 Timothy chapter 4 real quick. Then we'll try to get back on track. We almost done. I can't help it. I just don't like it, baby. I don't like with these lies. People just lie to people and just don't tell them the truth. I want our people to know. I don't have enough information. When somebody just tell us anything, we just can't fall for anything. Every wind of doctrine, we ain't just thrown aside. We can stand straight and stand on this word and not be knocked over all the time. It's hard. Everybody out here saying something. All of it makes sense when you don't know anything. So much time teaching us the Bible, not teaching us a whole bunch of stuff I thought, just teaching us, look, let's use every excuse to read some word. Keep going. All right, where we at?
1 Timothy 4.
1 Timothy 4, verse, I guess start at verse 1, because I really don't know.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
I do know. The Spirit, watch what it tell you. The Spirit speaketh expressly. My goodness, watch this.
That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Oh my goodness. They say in Christmas time it's the spirit of what?
Spirit of giving or something.
No, it's spirit of giving. So what spirit would that be? That's a seducing spirit, because we know it ain't got nothing to do with the Most High God. Right? What would they tell you? When you tell them about it too, they're gonna tell you, well, I know it's not. You know it's not his birthday, huh? You know it's not his birthday, but it's all about the family. Nobody really knows what his birthday is. How nobody know? We know what his birthday is. What day did he die? So, nope. First fruit, the sheep, right? The sheep.
Yeah, I'm tripping out.
The sheaf waving, right? So he rose on the sheaf waving. So when is his birthday? Amen. Right? He is born again on the sheaf waving. So we know exactly when his birthday is. And it's a holiday for us. Everything that these liars and these hypocrites come up with to try to replace what Most High God is doing, we already have something for it. We don't need to know when he is born in the flesh. What does that do for us? We need to know when he is born by the Spirit, when the Most High God rose him up by the Spirit. And that was the first fruit sheaf wave. We know exactly when his birthday was. And we celebrate it. Every year we're going to celebrate.
That means we have salvation. That's something to celebrate right there.
Absolutely. Keep going. So what he tells us, the Spirit speakers expressed a lot of times that people are going to be taken away by seducing spirits
and doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience sealed.
So we just talked about what these Hebrew Israelites do. Speaking these lies, and they hypocrites. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We shouldn't celebrate. That's a sin before God because it's celebrating genocide. Everything you do, every law that we got celebrating genocide. The Most High God did it, then that's right. That's what is supposed to happen. Keep going.
Forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which God hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know.
Receive with what?
Receive with thanksgiving.
Well, there we go. On Thanksgiving, we can receive it, right? We can receive all the meats on Thanksgiving. The Most High. No, I'm just joking.